Hi, I'm Natalie.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Hi Natalie, I'm Tracy
Hi,
Fuller.
Tracy.
And thank you for coming in to meet with me today and for applying for the position of the Executive Director.
Thank you. I'm very excited.
So tell me what interests you about this position?
I'm really ready for the next step in my career. I've had a lot of experience both in the military and in healthcare, so I think my roles in the military as well as my roles in healthcare have led me to a position where I have the leadership experience as well as the healthcare knowledge in order to run a hospital.
Good. Can you elaborate a little bit on what you like best about your current position?
Sure. Currently I'm working as an LPN at a hospital here in Minnesota, and I love really giving back to the patients. I see it every day. They're very thankful for the care that we give. They consistently ask for me as a nurse. They ask for my team. So just really being able to give back to a community and see the positive effects of the care I give over time is very fulfilling.
I can imagine. And on the opposite side of that, what are the things that you find most challenging in your current position?
Like I said, I love doing the patient care, but it gets pretty repetitive. So I would like something that gives me a little bit more of a challenge day in and day out. That's why I think I'm ready for this next step in my career.
Good, good. As a nurse, actually, I'm gonna strike that because this isn't necessarily for, I'll just say we'll strike that because this isn't for a nursing position. So as far as growth in your current position and future career goals, what are you, what are the areas of growth you're looking at or you're hoping for?
I really enjoy being a leader. I think I have a lot of qualities that show that I'm a true leader inside and out. I constantly have fellow nurses come to me with questions and for guidance, so I think taking the next step as in a more executive role would be a really good fit for me.
And you know, in this position, there's great responsibility. It's a high pressure position. How do you feel you would be able to handle that?
I handle stress really well. I actually thrive with stress. I'm very organized, so constantly having lists made and prioritizing what I need to get done each day and each week is something that I really enjoy. So high pressure environments, I do quite well.
Okay, and there is some travel involved, and how would that work with your lifestyle?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Would you be able to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There is in this position a lot of collaboration with other organizations. Can you give me an example of how you would work with other organizations, especially the ones that are maybe a little bit more challenging to work with?
Sure, absolutely. So my current position, we struggle a lot with getting supplies to our patients. So creating a system where we track putting the orders in for our patients so they get the supplies delivered to their home is something that my fellow nurses and I came up with together. I have spearheaded the decision on how we track it. We create a spreadsheet, we document what supplies are needed, when they were ordered, when they were delivered. So we communicate with this other organization that carries the supplies and delivers them, and we work together to make sure that those patients have their needs met.
Well, that's great. Sounds like a win-win for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome. So this is an executive level leadership position, as you know. Can you tell me a little bit about your leadership style?
Sure. So at military basic training, I was promoted to an element leader on my third day. I'm guessing you might not have military experience, so I'll explain that a little bit more. When I went to basic training, I kind of planned on just flying under the radar, just get through the training. It's pretty strenuous, and I just wanted to get through it and get home and start my job. But we had some fellow troops that were having some emotional issues, so I brought that to the attention of our drill sergeant, and he saw leadership qualities in me. So he promoted me on the spot. So there goes flying under the radar. I just ended up being a leader, and I took it by the, strength of my, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I was really excited about it, and, you know, we graduated with honors, and I was in charge of making sure they were dressed and ready to go in the morning. Everybody was in their right mind and had well rested. Made sure that they were being developed properly as troops. They could march, they could shout orders, they could fold and roll socks, they could memorize all the chains of command. I made sure that everybody was in where they were supposed to be. So I'm a fair leader, I'm a trustworthy leader, I'm an open door policy type of leader. I really enjoy listening to my troops and hearing what their concerns are and what their strengths are, so I can better fill the mission. But I'm also kind of a firm leader. I don't have a lot of time and patience for drama and that type of thing. I like, things are pretty black and white with me. You'll know what my expectations are. And I usually make those pretty clear on day one, so.
Can you explain how you cope with, you said that you kind of thrive on stress or fast pace. Can you tell me how do you, because people can thrive on that for only a certain period of time.
Mm-hmm.
How do you cope with the high stress and that kind of environment?
Sure. I make a point to work out pretty regularly, almost every day. I think that kind of blows off a lot of steam and reduces a lot of stress. I also spend time with friends and family. I think that's really important as well. Personal time is something that, you know, we as Americans struggle with. We're so gung-ho about going to work and making sure all of our tasks are done by a certain amount of time, but I really do think self-care is a really good thing to promote as well, and I promote that with my troops. If you need to take 10 minutes and go just veg out for a few minutes and calm down, by all means. If you need a little coffee break, take it. If you need to take a day off, I understand. So I'm one of those leaders that would be understanding of the need for peace and quiet and a little tranquility, but then back to business. So self-care, fitness, eating healthy, eating well, and spending time with loved ones. That's kind of how I keep a level head.
That's great, great. What do you see yourself doing in 5 years from now?
Well, I would love to be working with the Department of Veterans Affairs at an executive level, so that's a huge goal of mine. West Virginia, I have been, it's beautiful. Don't see myself there necessarily as a retirement plan, so eventually maybe moving to a different state, a warmer state. Otherwise, if that doesn't go to plan, I would love to take a different job within the U.S. government overseas, in Europe somewhere potentially. So advancing my career in maybe a slightly different path, or taking a step back and spending more time with friends and family.
Great. And then, was that total?
Yeah.
Okay.